Hello everybody, it's Everaltable4 for the weekly update. First of all, happy Pi Day. I'm wearing my Danganronpa shirt because it's the birthday of two characters that are not in this game. Chihiro Fujisaki and Chiaki Nanami are both have the birthdays on Pi Day, and it's an important day. I got an art that I'm not done with yet, but I can't show it to you now, but it's happening today. Yeah. We are halfway through March. We're halfway through March. I mean, tomorrow will be halfway through March. That's actually scary. That's actually a little scary. But yeah. Update for this week. I should have good news for you guys next week. Stuff's going on. I keep saying stuff's happening, stuff's going on. Yeah. People just drag their feet, so I have to be vague. And I'm being vague because I don't like counting my chickens before they hatch. So, I'm just waiting until the chickens finally hatch. But, yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. So, I'm feeling okay personally. My back has been doing pretty well. Last week I said that I wanted to be really productive this past week, and I was. I was productive. I got the recording that I wanted to do done. I got the drawing that I wanted to do done. I drew 2 Patreon pieces, did one of those MagFest pictures that I'm doing a series of, and also started 3 sketches for other things, which starting it is like half the battle. The rest is just execution of whatever the idea is. So, I'm excited. So yeah, this week is promising to be equally as productive, hopefully. Next week I don't know how much time I'll have, we'll see, but, the holiday of Passover starts, next Saturday, the 27th. Technically, it starts the 26th. We start doing stuff for it, but the Saturday, the 27th, is when the holiday really starts, and it'll go through the following week. And let's see. Yeah, I'll go until the 28th. So I'll be in and out intermittently, through that time. But yeah, so next week is going to be a lot of preparations for the holiday, so we'll see how things go. This past week, we did, for the stream, I streamed 428 Shibuya Scramble, which is a virtual novel, or visual novel, right? By Spike Chunsoft. By some of the people responsible for like Danganronpa and Zero Escape stuff, and it's live action, like photograph style things, and it was amazing. I'm looking forward to streaming that again. I don't know if it's going to be this week. I'm probably going to do Animal Crossing this week. I'm feeling Animal Crossing this week, especially since we got like the Mario stuff out and new things, and I changed my town around a little bit. So yeah, I'm feeling Animal Crossing. But I really enjoyed that game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to streaming it again, and it was just wild. It was a wild experience. It was very silly in times, serious in others, but mostly silly. So yeah, I'm gonna upload that when I also have a bit more to do to put it up, like, more consistently. I decided that last week I talked about Bug Fables, and I decided that I am gonna play the side quests on my own time and grinding and stuff that's required, just that we can get through it a bit more, because I just don't have the patience for it on stream. Jacket, I think, suggested that I upload those videos to Twitch as well. Because you can upload a VOD and then play the VOD as like a premiere. So like, for the Twitch-only audience, if there is a Twitch-only audience, we can still go through all that stuff together. Sorry, I keep doing that. I talked about last week, I had just having underarms feel very restricted. We'll talk about that later. So if you see me jumpy, it's because I'm just trying to adjust my shirt. Yeah, but so you can still do the premiere and watch with people, and I think that is a viable alternative. But yeah, so Shibuya Scramble and Bug Fables, I'm just going to keep from uploading to YouTube until later, because I might not be able to do recording and stuff for a little while coming up, so it's good to just have stuff in my back pocket so, content doesn't just stop entirely. We'll see, though. We'll see. I have no idea either way what's going to happen, so I just want to be prepared. But yeah, so so I was talking about last week that for some reason my underarms are just very sensitive touch-wise. It doesn't hurt or anything. I just feel it, and it's annoying. It's driving me absolutely out of my mind. So my brother had a great idea, Dovey. Instead of wearing a shirt, why don't you wear a sweatshirt? Because the sweatshirt's sleeves are bigger, and I said that's a great idea. So I wore a sweatshirt for one day, and then the temperature jumped 30 degrees. It was in the 20s, which is perfect sweater-only weather. And then the temperature jumped 30 degrees to the 50s, and then it went to 70. And today it's 53. And it's going to be in the high 40s, low 50s for the rest of the week. So it's not good. I can't wear a sweater in that weather, so we're back to t-shirts. But it worked for a few days, and that's great. So, oh well. But it was a good idea. As for videos and stuff this week, Blossom Tales and Trails in the Sky. I recorded a bunch more Trails in the Sky this week. So now I have... let's see, we uploaded episode 11 yesterday. So we have 2.5 weeks worth of stuff. So I'll probably try to record a little more this week just to also keep that buffer going. And for Blossom Tales, we uploaded episode 12 yesterday, and I have a week and a half, so I need to record that this week as well. Okay. I'm kind of hoping that I could just do a massive recording session for Blossom Tales and just get the whole thing done. But once that finishes, I'm also going to start working on my next Let's Play this week, so it's not going to be recording probably, but I'm going to check the setup for it because I haven't used that setup in 8 years? It's been a very long time, so we'll see. But yeah, so other things this week. Like I said, I did get a bunch of drawings done that I wanted to do. The first one is for Patreon. I was asked to draw Pyra because Pyra was put in Smash Bros. Pyra and Mithra. So if this is not going to focus, I'll do it myself. So I really like how this came out. I wanted to keep the flat colors just because one day I might go and do the full color treatment to it like I did with the other Pyra commission, but Patreon is flat colors. And doing this would have required a significantly longer amount of time, and her outfit is already really, really complicated as it is. So I like how this came out though. I think it looks nice as it is. The colors are also nicer, not on my screen here, but that goes without saying. The next picture that I did was a delayed MagFest picture for Proton John and Lucajin of Rosa John and Horse Luca. Both of their particular characters. I really like how this came out. I put a lot of time into this one over a bunch of different days. I just like how the hair and the shading and everything, I think it just came out really nicely. And the other Patreon piece that I did was another Lucajin thing. This was a commission of Horse Knight Lucajin, which is Mika Koyama, her outfit. Design. There we go. Design. The thing that she designed is like a horse, an armor for the Lucajin Horse Knight. So, yeah, I really like how this came out too. So thank you for that. And the last thing was, this is for one of the breakfast streams. It's a Paladin. It's a Paladin Paladin. It's just based on like a throwaway line from one of Stephen George's breakfast streams that I sketched really fast. But it's a Paladin Paladin. A Paladin. It's really stupid, but I thought it was very funny. So let's see. So aside from the drawings there, so yeah, I'm really happy with just the Patreon and the Magfest drawing this week. And like I said, I got sketches for 2 more of the Patreon pieces going. And so this week should be a little packed, but I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. Let's see. I 100%ed Age of Calamity. I took care of everything. The only thing I didn't do was get everybody's levels to 100, but I'm not doing that. But some of the people I think I got into the 80s, so that was cool. But yeah, 100% Age of Calamity. Fantastic game. Absolutely loved it from the beginning to end. It did not overstay its welcome at all. Some later challenges got a little repetitive, but they also had you fighting like super bosses, so that was cool. But yeah, the secret characters I absolutely loved. The storyline was fantastic. The look and feel of a Zelda game is great. And I moved on to Persona 5 Strikers, which was a little hard to play because the transition from Age of Calamity to Strikers, both are Warriors games, but the systems are completely different. So I did so badly at the beginning of Strikers because I was so used to playing in a different way, but I've started adjusting and I just stopped dying. But yeah, Strikers is great too because it feels like it's a Persona 5 game. I'm so happy. I'm having so much fun with it. Let's see. Oh yeah, the creation of YouTube is closer in time to the 80s than it is to 2021. YouTube was created on the 14th of February 2005. This means 15 years, 1 month, and 11 days happened between that date and the 31st of December 1989. On the other hand, the period of time between the creation of YouTube and the 1st of January 2021 is 15 years, 10 months, and 16 days, more than 9 months longer than the period between the very last days of the 80s and the day of YouTube creation. So yeah, we're officially further away than the 80s are. I don't know how to feel with that. Let's see. What else happened this week? I mean, I was just very busy. I did a lot of drawing. Mario RPG turned 25, and I put up an old art of Geno Roth. There was the Geno thing. Actually, I have it right over here. I keep a lot of my old art in a folder. I think it was at the end over here. Yeah. Geno Roth. I really like my art from the old days, but this is back in the day. I used to draw my icons for each Let's Play, kind of like some people do. Like Chugga Conway has a different icon for each Let's Play. So I used to draw a Sephiroth version of whatever. I had Geno Roth for this. I had Satoru Roth for Golden Sun for a little bit. Nowadays I just keep the Dojiro thing because I really like Sojiro and I really like the Dovi version of Sojiro. And I don't know, it just feels kind of like my thing now. One day I'm going to draw like a full body Dojiro in Persona 5 style. One day. That's on the back burner though. But yeah, I used to draw things. I loved drawing with colored pencil. This is a really old thing of Tim and NCS, Tim the Enchanter from Monty Python the Holy Grail. I am a Let's Player. There are some who call me Tim. Good times. When was this from? I didn't put a date on it. I just put 2011. I have it on DeviantArt. But yesterday this turned This turned 10 years old. This was made the 13th of March in 2011. I still really like the Amaterasu from this, but this is my second Chuck Conroy fan art. The first one being a, I don't think I have it in this folder. I think I have it in the much older stuff folder. But the first one was a Mother 3 tribute type of thing. That didn't look very good. But I still really like how this came out, especially since it was 11 years ago and I didn't really draw too much back then. I had been drawing for a few years, but not any fan art or anything. I'd just been drawing. One sec, let me show you. We're going back in time. Let me show you some of the stuff Dovey drew in the. This is actually something. This is from 2011 also. This is the Mallet of Happiness. I really wanted to redraw this actually. This is, you can call her one of my first OCs. But the Mallet of Happiness is a mallet with an awesome face. You know, the little awesome face. You remember Rage Comics, the awesome face? So there's a little awesome face on it. And you hit somebody with it, and they become infinitely happy the moment before they die from having their head smashed in by a mallet. But yeah. This is back when I drew without references, which is why she looks really generic. But yeah, 2011 Dovey. I still like it. I'm gonna redraw her. She is an OC, perhaps my first. Sorry, Clara. She doesn't have a name though. But like, yeah, like this is 2010 Dovey. When I drew this, I was like, wow. Look at this amazing art that I drew. And I look at the ear and it's like, that looks like a peach. That looks like a peach slice. I mean, I still like it because I remember back when I first drew this, it was like, it was the best thing. Oh yeah. Man, all these papers are so old. This is from like a really old notebook. This is also from 2011. I really like this. So I drew like a lot of these. If you see it's on this paper, it's because it was when I was studying in Israel. So I didn't have like internet that year. I had internet, I just didn't have it for like looking at things. So everything I drew at that time was completely freehand. So I still like how this came out. She's like a knight and she's got the Hyrule type stuff on it, but yeah, I just like some of the really old art. I don't know. It doesn't hold up in terms of quality of what I do now, but it holds up in terms of like, yeah, this was really good for me at the time. And you have to be able to do that. I know there's a lot of people that look at their old stuff, their old work, whether it's on YouTube or, you know, stuff that they do with art or whatever, and they look at it and they're like, that's absolutely garbage. And I can understand that because I do look at some of my old stuff. I'm like, wow, how did I ever think this was good? Some of the old things, I have to remember, these were subjectively good at the time. And we have this conversation in Katamari. You have to watch my Katamari Let's Plays to hear about things that are subjectively or objectively, you know, the best. But that's a conversation for... You have to watch my Katamari Let's Plays. Like here, Kakashi. I drew a lot of Kakashis in high school and post-high school. My god. Again, this is just me drawing freehand without any reference, which is why his head looks smashed and his eye is huge. Also because I had the limitation of the paper. Also, as you can see, it was a worksheet for stuff, and I drew on every piece of paper that I could, much to the chagrin of my teachers. Or the annoyance. I don't know if chagrin is the proper word there, but yeah, so like some of the stuff I just, you know, I look back and I'm like, yeah, this was subjectively a really good piece for me. Like this. This is a photocopied piece of the paper because I didn't want to color it and possibly ruin it, so I actually photocopied it and then colored the photocopy. The original is... No, that's Midna. The original is... hanging somewhere. But yeah, this is Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. And this was based on like actual like frame from the anime, which is why the hair is like that. But I really like how it came out. 'Cause I didn't trace it. It just took me a really long time to try to copy the frame exactly, which is why you have like the lines for the shading and stuff. So I just really, really love that. So like this is subjectively really good. Like, I don't know. If I tried to redo it again, I'd probably do the exact same thing because I'm literally replicating the frame from the anime. But like, other things are just, I'm really happy with still, despite my skill increasing. I actually made 2 photocopies of it in case I ruined the photocopy by trying to color it as well. I guess we're just going through my old art. I really hate when I didn't date some of these things. I can look this up. This was for like it wasn't like a contest or something, but it was me and Link fishing, and Link is using Navi as a fishing lure. But yeah, I do not remember whatsoever when this was, but it was probably 2011 also, it's probably 2011. This is after I started YouTube. Still can't draw people faces. Like another thing that I did for a YouTube thing was Mighty Roth. I really love Mighty Roth. This was in 2014. This is for my Ni no Kuni Let's Play. So I really just enjoy the combination of the Might, which is one of the starting monsters you get in Ni no Kuni, and the Sephiroth thing. And once again, pencil and colored pencil was my medium of choice. I still do love it. I still love colored pencil. It has a very nice grainy texture. But I have so much trouble going back to physical art now because I'm so used to like stabilization features and stuff and being able to erase anything in Clip Studio and other things. But yeah. So enough about that. Anyway, that was a tangent of 2 separate things, the Gina Roth and the Chuck Conroy thing. But yeah, that was 10 years ago. I did my second fan art for YouTube in general, and here we are today. I don't think I'd be as good of an artist if I didn't have people like the Runaway Guys to watch and do fan art for, and for them to be accepting of the fan art. I just appreciate all the positive feedback that they give me and other artists, just helping foster communities and stuff, all of them, really. I appreciate it immensely. Let's see. Another thing that I got this week. Let's not drop our mouse and accidentally click out of it. So my younger brother has a 3D printer, and he's very good with it. So one of the things that he printed me was this. This, you can't really see it because of the light. Let's get it closer so that the white balance. It's a giant isopod. And it's articulated. So the shell here was actually one piece, like printed as one piece and then made so that it had joints on the bottom that, when you just broke it a little, it fit together. It's actually really cool how that works. It's got the little face here. I colored the eyes in. And all the feet here were printed separately and joined in sockets, and has a little moving tail and stuff. But I love giant isopods. If you didn't know this, if you did not know this about me, I love giant isopods. They are in my top 3 favorite sea creatures: whale shark, coelacanth, giant isopod. I'm very happy that they are in Animal Crossing New Horizons. As a deep sea creature, and they're just adorable. They're like little cute little things. I love them. I always love seeing them, so I really appreciate this. This is cool. It moves. It's cool. Let's see what else is happening. We're getting a new side-scrolling Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up, so that's cool. Did the art. We did the Patreon. And I went out, since it was 70 degrees for a couple of days. I actually went out walking for the first time since my surgery. So it's been a few months. It's been a few months since I walked around. It was really nice. It was really nice. Went out to do Pokemon Go stuff at a reservoir and things like that. Let's see. And I was doing a one of those like quizzes, you know, which character are you thing that someone made for Ace Attorney characters, and it gave me K Faraday, which I guess I'm okay with. I think her last name is Faraday, right? It's K. Little gremlin. And yeah, that's about it. So daylight savings time happened. If you didn't change your clock for daylight savings time, then please remember to do so, as if it is applicable to you in your region. Not even everybody in America does daylight savings, as Stephen reminded me that Arizona is its own province. Yeah, so that's about it. So things, again, this week is probably going to be Animal Crossing stream and everything else as usual scheduling. Yeah, we're getting into the middle of March. Weather's going to start getting warmer, hopefully, and vaccines still rolling out now. I actually signed up to put myself on the list because I'm actually eligible. I didn't really need to be on the list before because I don't leave my house, but with the weather getting better, it's probably a good idea to at least try to get vaccine. I know I'm not old, but having cancer kind of bumps you up a little bit on the timetable, since you're a lot more vulnerable. So I kind of wanted to wait till they did a lot more of the people who really need it before I signed up, though. But yeah, so here's hoping that times by you are good, and thanks for listening to your ramble as always. I hope you have a great week, a great day. Happy Pi Day again. It's important. And yeah, only 2 weeks until Nintendo kills Mario. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.